In 1988, in a quiet neighborhood in Japan, a 17-year-old girl named Junko Furuta left her home like any other day. There was nothing unusual about the morning, no signs, no warnings, no indication that this would be the last time her life would ever resemble normalcy. She was known as a responsible student, someone with a routine, someone her family trusted would return home safely. But on that day, she didn't. What began as a disappearance quickly turned into one of the most disturbing criminal cases in modern history. Junko was abducted by a group of teenage boys individuals who, on the surface, appeared ordinary, blending into society without raising suspicion. But beneath that surface existed something far more dangerous. A combination of influence, control, and a mindset that would escalate into a prolonged crime, instead of a quick act. This case unfolded over an extended period over 40 days, hidden within a residential area where life continued as usual. The location where she was held was not isolated. It was a home, surrounded by neighbors, by people, by everyday life. And yet, what was happening inside remained concealed. This was not just a crime of individuals, it became a case of silence, fear, and missed opportunities. As investigators would later uncover, Junko was held against her will, while those responsible maintained control through intimidation and manipulation. What makes this case particularly unsettling is not only the duration, but the number of moments where intervention might have been possible. There were moments where the situation could have been questioned, and opportunities where action might have changed the outcome. But none of those moments turned into intervention. Fear played a critical role: fear of retaliation, fear of involvement, fear of consequences, and silence took hold. As days turned into weeks, the situation escalated further, transforming from a crime into a prolonged nightmare hidden behind closed doors. The realization that such a prolonged crime could exist within a functioning society raised deeply uncomfortable questions. How could something like this go unnoticed? Or worse, how could it be noticed, but not acted upon? When law enforcement began piecing together the case, they found a pattern of control exercised by the perpetrators. The group dynamic played a significant role. In many group crimes, responsibility becomes diffused. Each person plays a role, but no one feels fully accountable. The perpetrators were part of a collective, a system where each action was reinforced by others. This mindset created an environment where boundaries were pushed further. As details emerged, the case began to attract national attention. The media coverage was intense because of what it represented. It challenged the perception of safety and highlighted the dangers of unchecked group behavior influenced by power dynamics and fear. For the family of Junko Furuta, the disappearance was a nightmare that unfolded in slow motion. The uncertainty, the waiting, the hope. The case became a symbol of failure at multiple levels: individual, social, and systemic. Investigators and psychologists grappled with the haunting question: how could this happen? And how could it continue for so long? When the truth of what happened to Junko Furuta finally came to light, it sent shockwaves across Japan and beyond. The role of group psychology became a central focus. Experts analyzed how individuals within a group can influence each other. In this case, the presence of multiple perpetrators created a dynamic where behavior was normalized within the group. The legal proceedings were closely watched. Questions arose about accountability, sentencing, and the response to crimes of this magnitude. Beyond the courtroom, it highlighted the concept of the bystander effect, where people are less likely to intervene when others are present. The story of Junko Furuta is a story of silence, of missed opportunities, and of the consequences of inaction. Today, the case remains one of the most studied in true crime history, challenging us to think about our role in society. Subscribe Criminalverse, where every crime hides a story.